Hey everyone, I'm Platy and welcome back to Rosenburg. Last episode, Rosenburg had a minor disaster and we had to import the city back into the safe. Oddly, this has caused a bit of a population boom and right now our industrial demand is through the roof. We will answer to this demand by building a new industry district, and this time we'll build an ore industry. We will pay special attention to adding in some new factories and trash collection methods as well. While we wait for the ore industry to level up, we will build some bike facilities and further develop our Rosenburg amusement park. Let's jump right in. There is really only one way we can expand our industrial area, and that's right here, where we already have some industrial anyway. It is also close to the railway, and I think this is a great opportunity to add in our first train connection. If you take a look at the resources that can be found here, you'll see there is quite a lot of ore that we can mine. With this top view, you can see really well where all the resources are. I basically want this to be one big ore area, so let's draw in a district. So this shape of the district is whereabouts I want the ore district to go. So I'll try to mimic that shape a bit with the main road here at the bottom. I remember the ore districts to be pretty big, so we might need a bit more space than this, but we can sort that out later. As you can see, by the way, I did add in a new interchange to the left here. It's Jumbol's Trumpet interchange, I think. And I noticed that while I really like the look of this train track in the middle of the two highways, it is really annoying to get the tracks above or under the highways. I will probably change the highway and the train connections in this area pretty soon, but for now I will just shoehorn something in for the cargo train station for now. And I hope it won't look too bad. I'm changing up the district a bit so it's a perfect fit. And the way I'm thinking of this now, I want to center the area around the cargo train station, mainly because we need to do some tricks to get the tracks in. I don't want the cargo station to be too close to the curve here, so let's give it a try here, and we should use some move it to get it in the right spot, I think. And before we try and get it into the right spot, I should add an additional track in this curve right here, which can go into the cargo station. It's a bit excessive at this moment, as this is a track that goes into the abandoned factory asset, but down the line it'll have some more utilization. And I'm connecting this in the absolute laziest manner at this moment. I want to use some network multi-tool magic to make it look good. It'll be way easier this way. Alright, and this looks pretty good to me. Like I said, this train station is not usable yet as this current connection doesn't go anywhere, but I do want to facilitate all directions and I will probably tunnel and bridge some sections. I tried to build these tracks before and it frustrated me maybe a little bit, so I will fast forward through it and cut out most of the frustration and only show you the results. I think I can live with this solution. The bridge is a bit steep, but we were constrained by the interchanges, so we just had to go up quite quickly. Regardless, this looks fine to me, and we can work on the connection into the cargo station so we can turn it on and start using it. I want to create a one-way loop into the train station. I don't know which City Skylines creator I saw do this first, but once I saw how useful it is in terms of traffic flow, I have used it for pretty much all of my builds. And I want this loop to be connected to the main industry road down here, which is quite a hike. So I might just add a horizontal road here to cut up the distance a bit. But now that the roads are connected, I should get some pipes in so we can start using this. Oh, and you can see some leftover pipes from my previous attempt at the build. I'll just get rid of those. So there's two main spots with loads of ore. I'll start building mines to the right as that spot's closer to town. It makes sense to start building on the plots closest to the development that's already there. And I'll add this sort of back road in to put some buildings on. Let's start with plopping the main building on this back road right here. And I'll extend the road layout a bit. I'll just add something that makes sense for now, and we'll see later if we desperately need to change something. But when I say I want to speedrun this ore industry, I mean it. We are adding in 2 mines, maybe even a 3rd actually, and we'll just continue adding the upgrades as we are leveling up. We are completely pulling this ground dry of all the ore. And if you're wondering, hey, interesting industry design, what's your thoughts behind it? Nothing at all. I'm just plopping it down and letting the City Skylines code speak to me. We have the first couple of buildings in place, including a storage house to put the metals in, and I turned on some policies to help the development. I'm not actually sure if the improved work safety policy makes people more keen to work here, but it doesn't hurt to try. And I'm curious, is the cargo station receiving traffic yet? Yeah, it looks like people are dropping off stuff here. Trains are honestly my favorite mode of transport in-game, but also in real life, I think. In real life, I would say ships are pretty cool as well, actually, but they're more cool from like a logistic point of view, not so much as public transport. Although in the Netherlands we have boat taxis in Amsterdam and Rotterdam. I've never used them actually, but I think in some cases they're a more direct connection than metro, bus, or train, which is actually really cool if you think about it. Probably other cities have them too, but I'm not able to think of an example now. Wait, I should quit yapping and speed through the first level of our ore upgrades. I feel like it's becoming a very common occurrence for me to say I will do one thing and then promptly forget that and do a million other things. While I was waiting, I put a row of trees along the highway to hide the industry a bit. And I also noticed one path at the amusement park wasn't properly connected, so we weren't receiving any visitors, but I fixed it now and it's booming. So I think that we will be able to level up the amusement park while we wait for the ore industry to level up. So 2 birds, 1 stone. I also noticed the loop into the cargo station was the wrong way, so I updated that. And I am a bit impatient with the industry upgrades. Sometimes it feels like the industry specializations don't do much for the industrial demand, but I don't want people to move out of town because they're unemployed. So I'll add some ore type industry on this road right here. Like I said in the intro, I want to actually be more thoughtful on the bike paths. With the one bike road connection into Barlow Heights, I want to facilitate a sort of biking loop or a biking highway. I'll start it here at the family farms by the prison complex and over the highway. And I'll connect it up in 2 spots. One over here, so people can bike from the residential area to the family farms in a more direct connection. And I'll also connect it up to the secondary main road. Back at the family farms, I want to create a bike connection into Barlow Heights. And let's see what route makes sense. Oh yay, our industry upgraded! Let's turn back to that as soon as we finished up our bike loop. And I will give people the option to bike to the primary school as well, and then I think this is fine for the bike loop in Barlow Heights. Back this way, I want to upgrade this main road. I've been using it as a main road since I built it in maybe the 3rd or so episode of Rosenburg, but it's always been a road on the far side of the city. Now it's really turning into an important main road, so let's make it a fact by broadening this road and adding in a bike path. And I am putting that in until about the health campus. Then we'll hop back into the ore industry. Alrighty, let's add in the next buildings. So there's the underground mine, we'll plop that here. And a glass factory. And some more storage. I'll add some additional storage for the glass production, and with this glass production in place, that also allows us to build a lemonade factory. I think that needs crops and glass, so we are good to go build that now. And let's make some room for it near the train station. I'm adding some storage for more crops and glass and for the unique factory products. I never know if that last one is even necessary, but it makes sense to me to add it anyway. We've upgraded and expanded a ton. Let's take a look at the industry information. Are we on track to level up? Okay, we need some more workers and production, so let's add just a couple more buildings for the workers' places to go up, and then we can wait for the production to get there as well. While I was waiting for the upgrades, I saw we were getting some trash issues, and we did get the waste processing complex, so I will plop them in this area right here. It's perfectly in between Rosenburg Center and Barlow Heights, so it's a good location in my opinion. And I know it sounds a bit weird, but I can imagine that some prisoners may get a job in the processing plant. We can say this area was scouted specifically to allow for people to get a job and earn some money so they can get a fair, fresh start as soon as they get out of the prison. And this is the most satisfactory part of it all. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the recycling plants. I prefer using them over the incineration plants, but the recycling plants are just really not at all efficient, and you need loads of them to make a positive impact in your trash collection. So being able to delete them, free up some space, and put in the more efficient waste processing plants is just, it's great. So I added one collection center in Barlow Heights at the cattle farms, one in the Rosenburg Industrial Park, and I will add one more here, and then we can hide it later with some offices and some trees, I think. And maybe it is a bit excessive, but I will add one more here at the ore industry. I will make sure to hide the waste processing factory with trees. This factory has a huge pollution radius, so all these trees will look dead in no time, but I think we should still add some to hide it. I feel there's really no reason why we shouldn't connect this up over the top of the highway and train tracks, so let's give that a try. And I think this bridge was a good choice. People are pretty happy to use it. We've got enough workers until level 3 and we're not too far off the production target as well. Let's wait it out until we get there. We made it! I love that rotary kiln plant. It's a massive building and it does look a bit scary, but that's exactly why I'm happy to put it in. I'll first start with the workers' barracks though. It just looks so bizarre to sleep in those barracks and then look out your window and just see this massive plant right here. It feels a bit dystopian, but I think it looks kind of cool. We have all the new goods into place. Let's add in another glass plant to maximize production. And I see we should have more than enough worker spots for the next level, so it's really only a matter of waiting until we get to the next level. But I will make sure to add another storage building right here actually. And while we wait, I might as well add in the industrial steel plant. I don't necessarily want that on this side of the highway. I feel like it's taking up too much space now. And because we've already opened up the space with the prison complex and the waste plant on the other side of the highway, I feel like it's more appropriate to put the steel plants right there. I'm happy to extend this road and I'll add the steel plants somewhere here. And I'll just connect everything up here and we'll just wait for some more level ups. While I was waiting and looking around, we upgraded to level 3 of the amusement park. This is a new upgrade. We did not yet add in the boats, the horror house and the bumper cars, so we can go to the amusement park and plop them in now. Last time I mentioned that I am just plopping these things down to get to level 5, and that's what I'm still doing here. When I get to level 5 I will make sure it looks good, and I will see if that is still going to happen this episode. It might. Oh, this amusement park is really getting people hyped. We are already at level 4. This park upgrade is going faster than the ore industry actually. Let's add in the drop tower, the pendulum ride and the water slide. It's already a bit tight, but I think we'll make it work here for now. I see we're not up to speed yet on the entertainment value. I'll add some random things to get it up there. I feel like a lot of people are visiting this park, so let's just make everything available to get it to level 5 as soon as possible. I'll be happy to update the park if we have some time for it this episode still. And to already give you a preview of what I'm thinking, we started off this amusement park as a small area with some shooting games and the rotating teacups. And at the time, Rosenburg was a pretty small city. It was probably a huge investment to build this bit out into the sea. And now that Rosenburg is becoming bigger and becoming a little bit richer, the park can upgrade into one with actual rides and roller coasters. This main shore road has been here for a while already, so the city won't move that, but they will sell the other side of the road to the park owners, so they can expand into this area right here. And let's already think about what this will look like. I think we should get the main entrance off the shore road and put it in here on an off-road in the new part of the park. And we'll build a car park too. This little nook here that I've left open, that's where I will add the main entrance, but I will only do that once we get to level 5. And we're halfway there yet. Exciting. And we're going faster than the speed of light. We are on level 4 of the ore industry now as well. We can add a more efficient glass plant, we can add some more storage and even more mining plots. Let's add those in if we can still find the space for it. For some reason the game is forcing me to look at the trash processing status, which is good I guess because everything seems to be working really well, so we can delete some more of the old trash assets. I had already started unloading the trash pit here, so we are fine to delete it now and everyone is happy. And I've been thinking for a while now that we should slowly start phasing out the industrial here. I think I've said that before. I'm fine with having some industrial here, but because it is starting to become quite a central location in town, we should also take every opportunity we have to delete some industrial uses here and not put anything back until we get to fully redevelop this area. Be it with or without some industrial uses left here. Before I forget, let's add a district in here as well. We are so close to get to level 5 on the amusement park. We're much closer to it than the next upgrade for the ore industry. So let's hop over here and take a look until it ticks over. And we made it! I honestly did not expect that we would make it until here for this episode. I was more focused on the ore industry, but I'm thinking we end the episode here so we can start off episode 12 with building a whole new amusement park, and then we can get the ore industry to level 5 in that episode as well. Seems like a solid plan. So I'll stop the episode right here. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I would love for you to leave a comment and a like to let me know what you think. Let's make sure we take a look at some of the things we've built today, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye bye!